Hello and welcome back to Survival Sealab. I am Modi Operandus. Last episode we did a little bit of work with RotaryCraft, and today we got the manual back out again, and we're going after it one more time to make a new ore processing system using RotaryCraft. It's going to require a little bit of work and a little bit of power management, but I think we can get there this episode, so let's get going. Alright, so as I mentioned, we're going to be working with RotaryCraft again today. We did a little bit last time with it, working on a farm, and I'll show that off and see how that's going here in a moment. I just want to show a couple upgrades I made. I did a little bit of work on my energy cells, and now we have enough ender pearls from our farm now that we can turn these into resident energy cells, which hold 50 million RF, which is going to be very important for what we're going to do because these can transfer up to 10,000 RF per tick. So that's going to be huge for what we're going to do, because what we're going to do with RotaryCraft is going to consume a lot of power. And then down over here at the big reactor, I did a little bit of work on this as well, and I extended it up to the ceiling, so now we are producing, right now we're producing 0.73, but this thing is actually set to only 40% capacity right now. We can actually get about 4.44 with this if we need to scale it up. So that's easy to fix. Just gotta fly to the top there and change it around, but that's going pretty well here. We're using a lot more yellorium now, but we have the quarry going, so we'll set this up with an automated system to replenish it, I think, here shortly. And that should be pretty good. That'll run solid for us this entire time and provide enough power to run our new machine. Let's go take a look at our other RotaryCraft machines here in the farm here. Over here I've got some canola seeds growing because we'll need this for lubricant for our RotaryCraft machines. I just have a standard farm for it, just a basic manual farm for it, no automation there. Because I was having trouble getting this to work, surprisingly enough, the canola seeds will not work with this system for some reason. The seeds are blowing right off. Because the seeds are the actual byproduct of the plant, I think that's why they won't work with this system for some reason. So you are required to use other mods. For some reason, it's not blowing these other things too. This iron and this dye plant, it's not blowing the crops from that for some reason. I don't know what the problem there is. This has enough power as far as I know. Let's get the angular inducer out from our pack here and see what the problem is exactly. Let's grab the screwdriver out right away too. And let's see why it doesn't want to go. It's getting 2,000 watts of power and 512. The rest of these are getting just a little bit more than that, but otherwise, yeah, this one's the weak link here. This is the weakest, so maybe that's why it's not getting enough power. We'll have to tweak this. Let's see if we can tweak this so it's going a little bit better. And is that going to work for us? Let's get right out of there. It's still getting the same. Let's try 3 to 1. Now it's getting 4. This is getting 3. This is getting 2. See, there's always gonna be one weak link here, it seems like. Nah, I can't get it. Anyways, we'll work on that maybe, or we can upgrade this to the new machine we're making today. So with RotaryCraft, there's actually a way we can convert RF to power for RotaryCraft, and that's using this machine right here, the magnostatic engine. And you can see it requires just thermal expansion parts to make it, and a couple of RotaryCraft parts. We have all of these, I think, in our system already. And we can just make this energy cell. It doesn't need to be powered or anything like that, but this will make a magnostatic engine. And this engine will take RF in and produce RotaryCraft power. So we can actually run this off of RotaryCraft power. And the nice thing with this machine is that it will consume as much power as you want it to. You can actually turn this thing up to a full speed, full torque, and it'll go as fast as it can. One of the fastest machines. There are other ones in RotaryCraft that'll go faster, but this is going to be a good starting for us, good starting point, and we can use gears to get it up to where we want to go. So let's talk about what we actually want to do with this. What we're actually going to do with this is create a extractor. Now this extractor basically can has a chance of producing 5 times ore. There's basically 4 stages in the process for this. There's 4 stages. They all require different power and different speeds, but if we get the thing up to fast enough, it will go. That requires a 512 of torque and 8,000 radians per second. And if we get it up to that kind of speed, it'll run at all 4 stages. So that's the goal here, and I think we can get there with the magnostatic engine. But we need to do a little bit of work to get to that point. So let's get crafting some things here. First, let's make the magnostatic engine, because that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I already made a redstone energy cell for ourselves, so I think we might just be able to craft it right now. Nope, that's not going to work, though. Magnostatic, come on. Oh, that's right, because I have the NEI auto. Yeah, if you have this thing paired up, it doesn't super work with your NEI sometimes. So we'll unpair that quickly, and we'll go magnostatic. There it is. There we go. All right, so we have to take this over to the work table. I think we should have everything we need. We'll need lead, silver, redstone reception coil, our energy cell, and a couple of RotaryCraft units. Okay, so let's go shafts. And we'll grab everything I need here. I'll just grab everything I need and I'll head over to the work table in a moment here. All right, so we have just put everything I think we need for a magnostatic engine. We just need to grab some HLASA steel out of here and make a couple more of these base panels, just like this. And that should be everything we need. So let's head over to the work table here and we'll click this in. And I think we should be able to do this. Oh, it's not working again. Okay, what are we missing? Are we missing anything? Reception coil, redstone energy cell, silver panels. I don't know why we'd be missing anything here. Let's try it manually and see if it's maybe something glitched. It's not working because of that. This should work though. And there we go. Okay, so we got a magnostatic engine. Now what this does is it runs off of RF. I probably need another tesseract. You know what? Actually, we can borrow the one out of here. Let's borrow this one for now. And we'll bring it back later or figure out another system for this. But we'll bring it over here for now. The farm power, we're probably going to replace this with the RotaryCraft stuff eventually anyways. Because I think that might work a little bit better. We'll see. I don't know exactly what we'll do there. But we'll figure out, we'll get another tesseract or we'll think of a process here. So I'm going to put it in this room here. I don't know if it's going to stay here because it is a production machine. It will go with better with our quarry, but the thing is it's very, very slow. So that's the biggest drawback I can see to this, is that it takes a long time to process a whole stack of things, even at maximum power. And you'll see what I mean here in a moment. Okay, so we have the magnostatic engine. We have this tesseract. All we need to do is grab a, we don't have a, we need to grab some redstone energy conduits are what we need here. So we'll take a redstone energy conduit out of this, put the magnostatic engine on that. And as you can see, it's not running right now, but we can actually set it. It's full of power. We can set it as fast as we want. We can set it up to 248 radians per second and 4.194 megawatts. That's right. So that's a huge amount of power, generating more than we'll ever need, with a huge amount of torque and a huge amount of speed. Now, this kind of torque requires, well, it's going to require some heavy-duty machines if we want to do any like gearboxes or this kind of thing. Now this thing will work with anything. These bevel gears will work with anything, but gearboxes and shafts will only work with a certain amount of torque. So they'll break otherwise. So we need to get something heavy duty for this. And as you can see, let's go back over. I'm gonna step away from this because it's kind of loud. All right, so the power requirements for the extractor are 8,000 radians per second and 512 nanometers of torque. This is only producing 2,048 nanometers of torque and 2,048 radians per second. So we actually need to multiply the speed by quite a lot. We actually have to take it by 4 to 1, I believe. So what we're gonna do here is make a diamond gearbox. This is the way this is the thing that'll best hold up to this kind of torque. Anything less than that, I think will just break because it's not gonna be able to handle the required torque of this. So it's kind of expensive to make, and we also have to make a couple other things before we can get to that point. So we'll need to make this gearbox right here. It's made of all different kinds of materials, so we'll have to make it out of the box itself. I don't think matters, but we'll make this mount and then we'll throw some diamond gears into it. So we're gonna make a couple mounts. We'll make a mount and we'll make some 4x gears here. So I'm gonna have to grab a bunch of diamonds out of here and we'll make a mount quick, and then we'll be setting up our gearbox here. All right, so I made myself a mount. The mount is HLSA steel and a base panel. Nothing too difficult there. The gears themselves, let's go back up to diamond gears. And we need ×4 diamond gears. So let's take a look here quick. And let's see, diamond gear from RotaryCraft. Okay, so diamond gear are shaped like this. Now, one diamond gear will make 8. I believe we make that in a crafting table here, correct? Or just make it in the work table. No, we can make it right here. Okay, cool. So we got a diamond gear. And we can actually take these diamond gears and multiply them using the system we have here. So what we'll do here is we'll take this diamond gear, uses for this, uses for diamond gear, so we can put two diamond gears together with the diamond shaft unit, and that'll make a ×2 diamond gear. And that diamond shaft unit is just 3 straight diamonds like this, and that makes 3 shaft units. That should be plenty. The uses for this, we can make 1, so we'll make a ×2 diamond gear, and then we need to actually make another set of these, and we actually want ×4 diamond gears. I think this will be enough. So we'll do uses. We'll go one more time on that. And we should be able to make ×4 diamond gears now. We'll have a couple extra diamond gears. That's unfortunate, but just gonna have to be the way it is. So ×4 gear unit. There's also ×8 gear unit, but we can actually get a ×4 gear unit. That's what we want to do. So we'll put this in the work table. We'll put this in the work table, and it's gonna make a ×4 gearbox. Okay, so let's try a ×4 gearbox in here and see if this is enough. Now we gotta turn it around with a screwdriver here. All right, so it seems to be working. It will slowly get damaged because it doesn't have lubricant at the moment. It has 1% damage already. And it's going to get damaged quickly because we don't have a lot of... we really need lubricant for this thing because it's got so much torque coming through. It's going to damage this thing very quickly. So we're actually going to take this out. or we'll just break it for now. We'll turn it around here, and we're gonna get some lubricant for this. Now to get lubricant, we actually have to grind up canola seeds. And to use that, we're gonna actually make a grinder. So let's look up a grinder and see what that's gonna cost us. Grinder, right, from RotaryCraft. Some saws, HLSA steel gears, and ingots. So saws are HLSA steel gears, and in a pattern like that. So we'll need 2 of those. Basically just a bunch of iron. This mod is very iron heavy, very iron intensive. Let's make one of these. We should also need 1 more gear like this. And we need to make this saw blade. We'll do 2 of those. And we have the gears now. I think that should be everything we need. Do we have everything else? No, we don't, because we need some more base panels. And we'll need... That's it. Okay, so let's make this then. We have to go to work table. Oops. Oh, can't do it with this. We have to do it with this. All right, let's click that. And we got a grinder. Now the grinder will work by... It'll also need power, so we'll need to actually power this with something else here. I think we can actually switch this around, though. What we'll do here is we'll take this off for now. And we'll take this off for now. And we'll take this down for now too. And we'll actually move this up 1 so we can put the grinder in. Let's put the cobblestone down. We'll lay the tesseract on top. We'll take one of these off and we'll put the grinder right here. The grinder will grind up canola seed for us, and it requires power from this side. So we'll put the power unit here. And that does not where that needed to go. Let's take this off then. We'll take this down too. We'll figure it out here eventually. So we'll go power. We'll go... Oh, come on. Magnostatic engine. And then we'll cook the grinder to that. And it's already set up the right direction. And then we'll need lubricant. It'll start grinding up lubricant when we throw some canola seed in there. And that should be good to go. That should be all we need to do. And we'll need a reservoir here to catch the lubricant. I think that's all we'll need to make. And a reservoir is pretty cheap to make, from what I remember. Reservoir. Find it quick here. Empty reservoir. Right here. Okay, so that's just basically panels. So we'll make a couple of those. Make some panels. And that should be enough. 7 is perfect. What else do we need to do there? Misread something? Base panel. Oh, not in this. In the work table. Everything's in the work table, of course. Let's put this in the work table then. And we got the reservoir. Okay, cool. So we can throw this reservoir underneath here, and that will catch the lubricant. It should just drain right into there. And we'll grab some canola seeds from here. Break this all down. All right, so now we can throw these canola seeds in here. We have 64 of them. We can actually just pop them in there like this. And we should put this on with as much torque as we want, I think. And this will go nice and fast then. Yes, so if we have it all the way up, it'll go nice and fast. You know what, actually probably should make just another one of these. That might be easier. Then we don't have to worry about having this turned off and turn them back on again. This isn't that expensive to make. We have all the means. We just got to make a redstone energy cell, and we'll be all set. So I'm going to make another redstone energy cell and another magnostatic engine, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I wanted to come over here quick and make sure our power is holding, and it is. This is for the farm system, and it is holding up quite nicely. So we don't have to worry about too much about the reactor. It's pumping out just as much as we're taking in at the moment. Now, when we hook up a second magnetic engine to this, magnetic static engine to this, it might stop working that well. But we'll see what happens here. Let's connect this second one here, and then we'll hook up the gearboxes. Now, I noticed that we didn't actually have to use the reservoir here. We can actually pump out with just regular pipes. Now I could pump this into a reservoir after the fact too, but I think we have some fluid pipes or lubricant hose someplace around here. Let's see here quick. Do I have any in here right now? No, I don't. We can actually make some lubricant hose though pretty easily, I think. It's just wood and glass in a crafting or a work table rather. So we'll just grab 6 wood and some glass, and that should make some. Let's see, that makes 16. That'll be plenty for our purposes here. So we'll connect this in a moment, but we'll have to lay down where we want our grinder to actually go from. So we'll go here, and what we'll do is, this actually needs to be powered from the bottom, so we need to actually get some bevel gears out. I think, I don't have them on me. Let's grab those quick here, and we'll grab some bevel gears so we can have it going powered from the bottom, because that's what is required. Bevel gears in here. Cool, let's grab 3 of those. Never know how many we'll need. We'll see what happens. So the other thing we need to actually make is the extractor. And for the extractor, it's going to require a few different things, but actually it's all pretty much just steel. Got to spell it right first, though. There it is. Extractor requires netherrack, wood, stone, and then a bunch of steel, basically. We have more steel cooking in here. Yes, we do. Let's grab out a pack of that, and we'll grab a piece of netherrack. Oh, I'm hungry here. Jeez, gotta eat something so I can still sprint around here. We'll need netherrack. We'll need a piece of stone and a piece of wood. So netherrack, stone, and there's a piece of wood in here, I'm sure. And actually, we can take all but one, put the rest back. We'll do that later. Doesn't really matter. We can have it in our pack for now. We can always sort it out later. So we'll actually make this in here, but first we need to make all the pieces. So what did I say? We need actually the grill, which is just HSA steel shaped like this. So we'll just go like that, shaped like a drill. And then we'll go with, let's see, we need some more gears. We need another impeller. That's pretty easy to make. And put this back in there. And cool, we got the impeller. And we're running out of room in our inventory though. Let's see, we need also we'll need some steel. That's usually everything actually. We should have everything we need. And we actually have a base panel for this. We can actually click this in just like this. And boom, we have our extractor. Now we almost ran out of room in our inventory, but not quite, so that's awesome. So like I said, we need to actually put this so it's gonna be facing upwards. First we need to lay down the gearbox. And hopefully I did make the right one here. Hopefully it's not 16 times. So let's see, I think we need to turn this around because green is in and red is out. So we'll turn this around here. And actually there's information it gives us about that. So we could take the hose off of here. And did I make that hose yet? No, I didn't. Okay, so let's make the hose quick here. Do I not have enough wood? Oh, now we do. Okay, cool. Let's say. Hopefully I didn't use it up in my extractor there. All right, so we'll take the hose off of here and put the lubricant into there. And it might not work. Okay, so what do we need to do? We actually take out the side. It connects out the side, I think. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this will be filled with lubricant then. It'll be pretty good. It has 1% damage already, but that's not too bad. It'll slowly get damaged over time because of the speed of things, but diamond will hold up pretty well. I think bedrock's the only one better than diamond right now. So we can always get bedrock after we get this up to speed and get proof of concept. To get bedrock dust, actually we need to make what's called a bedrock breaker. It also requires the same amount of speed this does, so we weren't able to get around, avoiding bedrock at all. If we want to get a better system going here, we definitely need to mine some bedrock. So maybe we'll do that after we're done here with the system here. We can always repurpose it later, or we can make another one of these. They're pretty cheap to make and run it off the same system. Anyway, so now we got to lay down our bevel gears. And, oops, did 2 of them there. I don't need to do 2, of course. Come on. All right, so now we just set this with the correct outputs. So blue is top, and then, let's see, it was blue and yellow. Okay, so yellow is in and blue is out. And that should do it. Nope, not quite. Let's see here again. So it was actually orange is in. Orange is in, blue is out. Okay, so we got it. Now we can lay our extractor on top of that. The extractor also requires water, so I'll have to get some fluid ducts. And I don't have quite enough yet. Okay, we'll get some fluid ducts and bring it over from here, I think, and that'll be enough. It'll be kind of a messy system for the moment, but we'll make it cleaner afterwards. Now, I just want to actually test this out and see if it's small enough that we can actually put in the basement of a production lab here. If we have the production wing, there's this room down here, which might be perfect for this kind of thing. I think there might be enough room to actually put this down here. And that might be a good spot to have it, because it's nice and close to the rest of our sorting system. We can sort ores into it. But we have to decide what we want to do. As I mentioned, this is a very slow system. So actually, let's grab. So do we have any ore in here we can mine? We can pulverize. Let's see. Dark iron ore is not going to really do it. Cinnabar, nope, nothing like that. Uranium. We can actually pulverize that. I think that'll work nicely. And what else do we need? I said we needed. What else was I looking for? Oh, we need fluid ducts. That's right. I knew I'd think of it as soon as I saw what we were working over here. So fluid ducts. Fluid ducts, 62 should be plenty. I should probably just keep these in my orange pack, in my ender pouch here, so I don't never have to run back for them. I always have them. I always seem like I need them for projects as I'm going here. So we'll pull some water off of here and put it into our guy here, and we'll cut this off here if we don't want it going into that. I don't think it will, but we'll just make sure. And now this should be a slide with power. Okay, so it's got 16 millibuckets of 16,000 millibuckets of capacity on there. It's filling up, and it looks like it's ready to go. It says power is not quite right though. What's going on here? Oh, we didn't turn this on yet. That's why. So let's go click this down for here and connect it to here. And now it's good. Okay, we'll set this all the way up to the full maximum speed. And if everything's going correctly, we have to flip this around possibly. And there we go. And let's see if it's getting enough power here. So let's take a look and see what it says. It's getting 4,000 or 4 milliwatts of power and 512 radians per second. Now that's not quite right. See, as you can see, the speed is way low in the second tier here. So we actually might need to actually do a 16 times gearbox. Okay, so let's take this gearbox out and we'll make a 16 times gearbox. I think we'll just not mess around with anything else. We'll just do a 16 times. So I'm gonna remake this and I'll be right back. All right, so I actually didn't need to upgrade this gearbox. I still have the four times gearbox here, the 4-1 gearbox here. I realized that it was actually set to the wrong setting. There's actually 2 different modes for these gearboxes, and there's one that's torque. So if I right click this right now, you can see it's multiplying torque. Now this is the initial setting was at, but if we right click it with the screwdriver, it will change it to multiplying speed, and that's what we actually want. So if I go back over here, it's getting enough speed. If I go back, click this back, you can see that the speed for level 3 is not quite enough. So when I click this over, it should be high enough to process everything. As you can see, the power is all the way up for everything, and now we can throw our uranium in there and it should start processing. Why is it not processing? Okay, let's, you know what, okay, so the torque for level 1 right here is not quite high enough. I wonder if that's because this is damaged. This has 1% damage on it. Normally these diamond gearboxes do not take damage, but I did run it very, very briefly without lubricant, and it will take damage when it's doing that. So that could be the flaw. I can remake this and get an undamaged one just to confirm that, but it does get some loss of torque and speed when you do that. That said, the torque on this is 2,000 nanometers, so it shouldn't be a problem. This only needs 512 nanometers of torque, so I don't know why it... let's see here quick. Let's make sure. Stage 1, yeah, torque for stage 1 is only 512 nanometers. So I'm not sure what the problem here is exactly, but I can try an undamaged gearbox, or we can upgrade this to a CVT, which is most likely what we're going to be doing. So what that would require is we need to do a bedrock breaker, and I think we'll save that for next episode. We'll make a bedrock breaker, we'll get some bedrock dust, and we can upgrade this to a CVT. And what that allows us to do is we create variable power, basically. So we can use belts to vary the power on this and output it whatever we need to based on the situation. That said, we'll just put it all the way up so we get enough torque for everything. I'm guessing it's because this is damaged, but I don't really want to spend the diamonds fixing it. I can, if I want to get this up to speed here, all I can do is, if I switch this over to multiply the torque, then now it's going. As you can see, the one drawback to the extractor I can see is that it's a little bit slow. So if I wanted to automate this process and have all my ores from the quarry flowing into here somehow, it would take a long time to get through a single stack. As you can see, it's on 1 right now. So it's going to go through stage 1, it's going to multiply it, it's going to give it a 50% chance to multiply at this point. Now it's going to take this uranium dust and put it through the extractor again. Now you can see the speed isn't quite right for stage 2, so we have to switch the speed around. And now should be going for stage 2. Now stage 2 is ready to go. Stage 3 requires water, and as you can see, the speed and torque and power is all the way up for those. So stage 3, it has a 50% chance to double again here. And then at this stage, it has, so that time it doubled, the first time it didn't. And now it's gonna double again. Okay, so that time it actually doubled. So actually, for our 1 process, we'll see what we actually end up with here. I think we're gonna end up with 5. That should be pretty good. All right, so we are gonna end up with 5 for our first uranium ore. So that can show you this can do 5 times processing, which is pretty powerful. But again, it comes at the expense of, 1, you have to have the infrastructure available to make a high-level RotaryCraft item. This RF producing machine here is not cheap if you're early game, and you also need a steady supply of RF because this is an RF monster right now. I think it's probably consuming about 3,000 per tick. Now, I'm producing 3,000 per tick from my big reactor right now anyways, so that's not a problem for us at this point. But you can't get going on this with this particular setup until you have a constant stream of RF, or you have to get high level into RotaryCraft and figure out what are the correct machines and correct gearboxes to get the kind of speed you need for this. And even that said, you're still gonna need something like this to get the power all the way up there constantly. And honestly, now I have to babysit this thing right now. Actually, so we got times 8. So we got 8 ore, we got 8 ingots for that 1 uranium ore. So that's really powerful stuff here, actually. So maybe we can save their ores and just throw them in here randomly when we need some more stuff, whatever we're running low on. I don't know. Or we could set up a bunch of these and just have it go. You know, once we get the power situation figured out, it's going to consume a lot of power to do that. But times 8 ores is nothing to take lightly. It's a pretty cool, powerful machine, actually. So yeah, I think I'll work on getting bedrock ore, or bedrock dust rather, using this machine for next episode. Maybe I'll do it between episodes, or I'll do it on camera. I'm not quite sure how I'll do that exactly yet. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of Sealab. I've been Modi. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another episode very soon. If you're enjoying this, please let me know, and I'll see you back next time for more Survival Sealab. Have a good night.